Hi, I'm Joe. Welcome back. This is the Ultimate Love Letter, and thank you for joining the conversation. I want to just give a quick shout out to all our YouTube subscribers. We are up to 61. So thank you so much for all that have joined our growing community. Also, if you haven't checked us out there, we are available on YouTube. Make sure that you follow us there so that you can see the beautiful aesthetics. Right now, the Ultimate Love Letter is in Asia. We're in Bali, Indonesia. So if you're streaming this from either YouTube or Spotify, you're in for a beautiful backdrop, which serves as our studio until further notice. So thank you so much for checking us out there. I want to get right into today's conversation, which is putting ourselves first. Now, I know what society says, right? It's all about sacrificing the self and denying the self and putting our children, our careers, our parents, our significant other first. But allow me to shed light on something that I have learned is true. And that is, we cannot pour from an empty cup. What that means is that when we are sacrificing, putting everybody else's needs before our own, we are actually giving away our power. We are depleting our energy. When we're putting everyone else first, we are giving energy to everyone else, to everyone else's projects, everyone else's wants, their needs, their life. And then we think that after all that is done, that we're able to come back and give to ourselves. Well, I'm here to tell you society has got it ass backwards. It took a lot of healing within myself to be able to say, I put myself first and foremost. And that means over my kids, I come first. Over my grandkids, I come first. Over my parents, I come first. Even over my significant other, I come first. And when I put myself first, what I've learned is I am actually putting God first, because God lives within me, right? And what does God say? God says, follow me first and wholeheartedly, and I will add everything else to you. Let me repeat that again. Put me first, and I will add everything else to you. Now, I have been testing this theory for almost 10 years. And what I mean testing is now I'm living the theory. The theory works. It is absolutely true. When we are putting God first, ourselves first, and we are just focused on the mission before us, what God has before us, and we're not looking in any other lane. We're not worried about what everybody else is doing, what anyone else is doing. We're not following behind our romantic partners. We're focused on our lane and what's in front of us. And that is God. Before you know it, God is adding everything to you. And that could look like, and that will look like business, the right business. Not just business, oh, and now I'm getting money, but no, the actual correct business, what's genuinely aligned with your true self, the partner that serves you, the friendships that actually revere you. Everything is sorted out. All of a sudden, life becomes a flow of just grand celebration, no longer dis-ease, unorganization, disarray. Because here's what happens when you're putting yourself first. Others begin to see that you come first, and you're allowed that space. You're allowed to live in your truth. And what happens is the people around you will begin to prioritize their selves first. And that may look like either your friends that you call your friends today may fall off, and more aligned friendships that are prioritizing their selves will come forward. Your family, who may not understand it in the beginning, will begin to recognize, oh, I can't intervene. I know that they're putting their self first. I know that if they're going left, even though I may be feeling like they should be going right, they're allowing you to do your own thing. Because what's happening is your aura, your strength, your true self is shining so magnificently. It has no choice but to penetrate, to impact everyone within earshot, within eyeshot of you. And another thing that happens when you're putting yourself first is you are actually organically allowing others to do the same. You're allowing others to put their selves first, to do whatever it is they need to do for themselves is of no concern to you. You are in your own lane. You are focused on yourself and doing what's best for you. And you're allowing others to do what's best for them, whatever that is. And so what that means is that's the actual definition of when we say live and let live. That is what that means. You are simply living in your purpose, in your truth, in your authenticity, and you're allowing everyone else to live theirs. Whether you are aligned with their truth, then you just make the decision to remove yourself from the equation. You're not trying to change anyone. Whether that means you plant seeds and then again, you remove yourself because it's of no concern for you to try to change any outcome in life. You're not fiddling with the effects. You're simply planting whatever seeds God is putting on your heart, and you're getting out of the way. And that is it. You know, I have met a beautiful friend here in Bali, and I had dinner with her last night. I've had many meals with her. She's just absolutely beautiful. Super just a spiritual goddess. And she has friends, or she has family rather, that's in town. And as I was whisking off to dinner alone, which I love to do, last night, she saw me leaving, and she came out quickly and, asked me, hey, where are you off to? And I told her where I was going. And she says, I have plans with my sister and my nephew, and I think I'll ask them to, come to the restaurant you're going to be at. I would love to join you, basically, is what she was saying. And I'm like, absolutely. If they're down, I'll be there. See you there. Beautiful, right? The more the merrier. So I'm seated in the restaurant, and only after, 3 minutes, my beautiful new friend comes in and she tells me, her sister and nephew are on the way. She also goes to tell me, this is their last night, and they begrudgingly agreed to join us in this authentic Indonesian restaurant. Like, they had plans to have dinner in this certain restaurant, which actually happened to be next door. They knew exactly what they were going to order, and that was it. They wanted that. But they agreed, if you will, to join her and I in this new restaurant. And she actually said, her sister made it a point to say, I will join you, but just know I am doing this because you want to do this, not that I want to do this. And so needless to say, when they arrived, although the nephew was beautiful and opening, and the sister, who is honestly very a doll, very sweet and darling. I've had dinner with her before, one other time. But in this occasion, she was very closed off. Like you could just feel her energy was that of like furiousness. Like she did not want to be there. So in my spirit, I'm thinking, well, why are you here? Like go and be great. It's your last night. And even if it wasn't your last night, if you don't want to be in this space, don't allow anyone else to dictate what you want to do. Similarly, at the same time, for my beautiful new girlfriend, and I asked her this after the meal, I said, why is it that you felt the need to, draw them in? If they chose to want to eat at the other restaurant, why not just simply allow them? And she had a beautiful answer. She said, well, I wanted to spend time my last night with my beautiful nephew. And I get that. That's noble. I love that. At the same time, if you're choosing to spend time with your beautiful nephew and they begrudgingly, agreed to join you at a place where they really don't want to, then maybe the better choice would be to you join them, right? Where they prefer or not. I told her this. I said, it must be a cultural thing because for me, I give no damns. I am very clear and I am very straightforward when I say, I put myself first. If I want to do this, and I am there with family and they all want to do something else, I wish them well. Go do it. Go be your best self. I'm going to go do this and I will meet up with you later or not. And although I know there's a time to compromise, absolutely. But if the moment serves that what I want to do is actually what I want to do, then I'm not compromising. I want to do this. Let's see if life brings me to join you after this. So with that experience, I just felt led to just talk about the power that lies within putting yourself first and allowing others to put their selves first, their needs first. We really don't understand the magic that lies in this here truth. Only going and doing what serves us in the moment, what is presenting us in the moment. What I get in the habit of asking myself, what do I really want to do? And whatever it is that comes to me in the moment, what I find is that there always is enough time, ample time to get everything I need to get done when I am just living from the place of what do I want to do in this moment. So for instance, yesterday I really wanted to wake up, or shall I say yesterday I felt I needed to get up early and pre-record. But when I woke up, what I really wanted to do was linger in bed just a little bit more. I wanted to feel the coolness of the sheets. I wanted to listen to the birds singing, communicating to God, communicating to each other, communicating to me. I wanted to take my time rising and having a second cup of coffee. A first cup of coffee is just given. A second cup of coffee, not always the case, but yesterday I wanted to take a little extra time to have coffee to journal just a little bit more. because I know this way of life, of living rather. I no longer give into the demands of life. Like, I know I have a deadline. I know I need to get, episodes out on time. But I also know, more than that, I know that when I'm moving in this moment according to what I truly want, which is everything God really wants from me, then He will serve up more than enough time in the day to get everything else that I need to get, that is priority, done. Because I am living from a place of alignment when I am putting myself, my God, first. So then how could there be anything other than complete organization? And you know what happened? I was able to linger in bed. I was able to rise when I wanted to rise. I was able to spend time in the beautiful garden and listen to the fountains of water flowing. I was able to spend extra time with my beautiful God, just giving Him honor and gratitude that I am gifted this beautiful time of just peace in this incredibly serene environment. I was able to write. I was able to just meditate, take a yoga class. And when I looked up and I thought, well, geez, when am I going to record? You know what became apparent? I am 15 hours ahead of Los Angeles. So technically, what was revealed is I have a whole nother day to record. And nothing needed to be done yesterday, except what I did was absolutely everything I wanted to do, which was absolutely and blissfully nothing. That is the magic of doing everything you want to do in the moment. Don't let life whisk you around and bully you with deadlines and projects that need to get done and your phone going off and people that need to see you and meetings you need to take. And create a space to become still. And then I dare you to ask yourself, what is it in this very moment that I truly want to do? And then I double dog dare you to do just that. If you do, and if you do this consistently, you are going to open up to the most incredible life that you could never imagine. I know that because my life is completely unrecognizable. And it is because I have trusted what God said, putting God first and foremost, and allowing Him to bring everything else to me. I intended, I don't know, maybe about 2.5, 3 years ago, that at this exact time, I would be living abroad. It was at a time where I had a lease. I was leasing a car. And when that lease ended, and that lease actually ended about maybe 6 months ago. And I told God, I said, you know what, God, when that lease ends, I feel like that would be the time where I would be deciding whether I continue to live in the States full time or if I live abroad. And wouldn't you know it, here I am living abroad, at least for now. Now, I do have a return ticket back home, at the end of summer. It's a flexible ticket because I'm allowing God to figure it out, But that is the power of asking yourself, what is it that I truly want in this moment? What is it that I truly want in my life? Decide what it is and then release the details to God. What you will find is, if it is in you, if it is burning inside you, chances are it is from God. That is exactly what God wants from you. When you simply move according to that desire, choosing things and only the things that support that desire, then you will find yourself smack dab, face to face with the dream. I, today, in this very moment, am living that dream. As I said, when my lease ended, God presented a moment, a beautiful moment for me to be supported when that lease ended. So for instance, as I said, I had asked God, when that lease ended on that car, God, I would love to be in the position to decide whether I live abroad. So when the lease ended, and I had thought about it a little bit beforehand, I said, well, what am I going to do when the lease ends and I'm still in Los Angeles? Like, I still would need a card. But every time my mind wandered to the future, I just remained in the present. I just said, you know what? God's going to figure it out when I get there. I don't need to worry about it today. You know what God did? When my lease ended, actually months before my lease ended, Aaron, my beautiful baby, has a car that he doesn't drive. He loves to bike everywhere. So all of a sudden, my car went back and he basically gifted me his car. So I had a car, nothing. I didn't skip a beat. So on we went. It would have been easy for me to frantically try to figure out the details. Like, okay, the lease is up. I'm still living in LA. Maybe I should just go lease another car. Or should I just buy a car? No. God said, stick to the plan. What is it that you truly want? And what I truly want is the freedom to be able to travel, to be able to live abroad for an extended amount of time. So then God said, so that is plan A. Don't think about plan B. Let me work on supporting you, your plan A. And so, of course, I was gifted a beautiful car to get me to point A and B whenever I needed in Los Angeles. Because I stuck to plan A, because I put myself first and decided on what I truly want. What I truly want was not another lease payment. What I truly wanted was to be able to go abroad and stay abroad. And so God served it. Only because I continued to live in the moment, not worry about the future, because I decided what I truly wanted for myself and my life. And so God supported it. That is the way forward. I think oftentimes we usually compromise on what we want, right? We say what we want, and the moment we decide what we want, we will look around and you will see, if you do this exercise, you will see whatever it is that you truly want, you will see at least one step forward to step into what you truly want. The problem with most of us, and it was certainly me, no longer me, but the problem with most of us is that we see the one step forward and we don't take the first step because we don't see step 2, 3, 4, and 5 all the way to the destination. But you know what? You're never going to see that. You have the one step forward. Step into that one step. As you saturate yourself in that one step, then God will reveal step 2 and 3. And then as you nudge a little further in step 2 and 3, God may hold you there for a moment. He may shake you up just to strengthen you, right? Like, are you going to go back to step 1? Are you going to revert? Or can you remain steady in what you've said you truly want to do in your life with this moment, with your dream? If we can withstand those shaky moments when we find ourselves in life shaking us up, right? Really just strengthen us. If we will not waver and we will remain steadfast, then God will reveal step 4, 5, and 6. And that is the way forward. Just remaining true to what it is we say we want, who we say we are in this moment. God will bless us grandly in the next. Don't waver. Onward we go. Stay true to yourself. Do what serves you in this moment and let everyone else do what serves them. No longer trying to change anyone, anything, any circumstance. When we're trying to change the outwardly things that are happening in life, what we are doing is we are fighting against life. All is well, right? Let people go and have dinner where they want to go and have dinner. If that means you dine alone, you dine alone. Guess what? It's beautiful. I love dining alone. Actually, I'm never alone. I'm dining with God. And really, I'm going to tell you, going back to my original story, it's my favorite restaurant in Bali. Like, it's filled with wood and books and candlelights and vintage crystal lamps and lanterns and wind chimes and trees. And it is just a beautiful, eclectic space filled with everything I love. All I wanted to do is sit there in solitude and just ponder on everything that was surrounding me. Instead, I sat there and I had to feel this frantic, uneasy energy around me. I had to listen to awkward silences and awkward conversations, and I could no longer gaze around. I mean, I did, and I could gaze around, but I needed to connect. I felt like I needed to connect with the people at the table, And so I just thought, this is my conversation for tomorrow. Please allow everyone to do what serves them, whether you agree with it or not, and you go do you. Don't try to fix what's happening on the surface. All is well. Go stay in your own lane. Go live your best life. Let God bring you everything for remaining in that space of just choosing what is best for you, what you want to do right now in this moment. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for all of those who have just said they've shared the episodes. I'm so honored every time I hear it resonates. Really, these are conversations that I need to hear. And so I know that as I need to hear them, I put them out. And of course, it resonates with those that it needs to. Thank you so much for, as I said, following us on Spotify or whether you're listening on Apple or Amazon. Thank you for your consistency and your just consistent comments and engaging. Thank you for subscribing as well. Please check us out on YouTube. We are going to the moon and you're going there with us. If you were here, I always just continue to encourage you. I am praying over you. I have asked God to just increase your territory. You have my prayers. You have my very best. I thank you for being a part of this beautiful growing community, the multitude to serve 1 million, to bring 1 million to God's kingdom. Until next time, love yourself and love others. We'll chat again soon. Bye for now.